Fasten your seatbelts. It's time now for Media Watch. We're talking Silvio Berlusconi, the only person who's in more trouble than James Creed. How are you, sir?
I'm not too bad this evening, Mark. And Mr. Berlusconi is probably not as good as I am, although I'm not sure what that says really. In any case, more nuggets being leaked to the media about what he said in phone conversations. We already heard that he thinks that he lives in a crappy country. That's putting it mildly.
Is that what
He said that a couple of weeks back, and
wow.
that's a very watered down version of what he did say. And now there have been more leaks to the press. This is all because of an investigation into a possible prostitution ring which he may have been involved in, and conversations that he had with a guy called Gianpaolo Tarantini, who is in prison in the south of Italy because of all of this, and conversations that the justice system allowed to be recorded were then leaked to the press. And if we have a look here in Il Fatto Quotidiano, they came out with one particularly juicy nugget. Now, he apparently said that Angela Merkel has, I'll say it in Italian because it's probably better not
Perhaps
to say it in English.
Yeah.
Una colonna inchiaviabile, which it's a comment about her bum. And it's a comment about her desirability, and it's not repeatable. Okay. And all I can say basically is Il Fatto came out with this. Then it was picked up by this newspaper, Il Salvagente. They're pointing out that Der Spiegel is now speaking about this. That's the German weekly newspaper. That Der Spiegel has said that it's hard to surpass in vulgarity. It's obscene, and it could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Il Salvagente also spoke to a former Italian ambassador in Berlin who said that this is no longer a comic opera, it's a tragedy.
It's funny, Berlusconi, his suits are classy, and that's about it, really, isn't it? Because the things he says clearly aren't. You know?
Well, do you know what else he said, apparently, in all these leaked conversations? He said that he's a prime minister in his spare time, or, in his time off. And there were all sorts of other things that he said about the ladies.
With all the bunga bunga thing that went on,
and
it's easy to see that politics was a hobby, and he had other things on his mind.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
Exactly.
We're still talking Italy, aren't we? Moving sports, as it were.
Yes, indeed. Now, I was talking to our man, Dan, here, who had some insight into this particular piece of footage. It's from last week.
That's Dan Levy, our sports guy.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
And this was during the Milan-Barcelona match on Rai, which is one of the Italian channels.
Big game.
Big game. We'll have a look at it, and then we'll talk about it.
He might support AC Milan, but
I have a feeling he might be a Milan supporter.
Silvio Berlusconi's club, we must add, because he owns the club.
This is what Dan was telling me. I'm a bit of, I have to admit, sports I'm not. And what's more, the guy who scored that goal that he was celebrating, Pato,
Alexandra Pato,
is going out with Berlusconi's daughter. So, I mean, we could kind of draw a little circle there with all this.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is, Pato scores a goal and that guy goes crazy.
His name is Tiziano Crudeli, and the Rai don't have the rights to the pictures. What they do is this kind of radio broadcasting with a very passionate presenter. There you go.
It's great stuff, isn't it? It's reminiscent of the things you get from Brazilian commentators when teams score. It's like,
go! For about 10 minutes.
It goes on forever, You
could do that.
Well,
I think you could
maybe. My lungs are big enough.
So there you go.
Are we moving on to Scarlett Johansson?
Yes, we are moving on to Scarlett Johansson. By popular demand. And a nice little photo for everyone as well. Have a look at this. Now, this was leaked from her mobile phone.
That is Scarlett Johansson, the actress.
That is Scarlett Johansson. Basically, this is a photo that was on her phone, leaked onto the internet by somebody who hacked.
This photograph has gone viral, as they say, in internet circles.
Gone totally viral. Yeah. And so it was last week that it happened. The FBI are on the trace of the guy who
Am I right in seeing there that she's photographing her backside via a mirror?
She's photographing her backside via a mirror, and you can actually find the unblocked photo.
It's her backside. She's allowed to photograph it if she wishes.
And do you know who else is photographing it?
This just sparked a whole trend.
Basically, everybody is photographing it. So let's have a look here. And there's some pretty salacious photos. I won't show them all, but you've got, and there's, you can scroll down, lots of, there we go. Maybe we should move on a bit more quickly. And you've got Barbie there.
Oh, someone holding a Barbie doll. That's fantastic. That's funny.
That's it. And then you've got, this cuddly toy. And you've got, there was a dog. That's our friend, the Italian commentator.
Our Italian commentator. He's not doing it, is he?
No, but you had a dog as well. I don't know if we have it. Well, there's Barbie again. I clearly am not very organised in my links this evening. Do we have the dog?
Okay. You're doing okay. That's the Angela Merkel.
In any case, people, yeah, so you can see these are the kind of trends that you have on Twitter now. Very quickly, people reacting to a sort of embarrassing moment and, you know, making fun out of it, basically. But in a pretty gentle way. I don't think she'd be too upset.
But our message from James and from me to Scarlett Johansson is that our heart goes out to you and we hope it all gets sorted out.
Absolutely.
Nice photos, though. James, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks,
that was Media Watch. You can take off your seatbelt now. But do stay with us here on France 24.